Hey guys, Johnny here from Sick Fishing. Wanted to do kind of a informational type of video today. You know, weather's not too nice out, it's cold and raining out. You know, bite hasn't been too great lately. So I wanted to do something where I could teach you guys some stuff. I'm going to give you guys 5 quick tips that might help you guys get more bites and possibly bigger bites. First on my list is knowing your species that you're targeting. I don't mean just knowing that, okay, I know I'm going to target pike, or oh, I'm going to target largemouth. I mean that if you know a specific species that you want to target for a fishing trip, you should really do a little bit of research on that fish. Maybe, you know, what type of location you're fishing. If you're fishing a river or a lake system, how those fish react in those type of areas, and during the, the type of weather that and then the type of season it is. So there's a lot of things you should really look at and, try to learn about that fish that can really help you get more bites, just knowing a few things about these fish. Alright, so second on the list is knowing your location. That's another kind of important thing is when you're going. You shouldn't just, okay, I want to hit that pond. It's all cool. It's cool and all hitting some pond that you don't know. I fish locations all the time that I don't know. But if it's a possibility for you to know things about that area before you fish it, like asking people, talking to people already who have fished the area, looking online, seeing if there's anything about it online that you can find, stuff like that, knowing your location. And when I mean about knowing your location, there's other key things that you can know that would help you, like, if you can find out the water clarity, so you can know what kind of lures you're throwing. Are you throwing dark lures? Are you throwing light lures? Are you throwing natural color lures? You should also know the food sources in that water. That would really help too. Are there frogs? Do they feed on frogs mainly? Do they feed on crawfish mainly? Do they feed on fish mainly? What kind of fish do they feed on? All these things will help you because you can figure out what kind of bait you should be using in fishing and what kind of setups you should be fishing. And number 3 on my list is actually getting pretty important to me. For my whole life, I never really used scents. I would just use baits, whatever baits I had. Don't put any scents on them. Just throw them, and I would do some, damage. But this year, last year, 2016, and this year, I've been using a scent that I made. I'll have the link in the description for that. It works awesome. It's very easy to make. It works awesome. I've seemed to catch more fish and more bigger fish. Not only bigger fish, but they also hold on to it a lot longer. So if you're not even paying attention, sometimes you're talking or whatnot, and a fish grabs that lure, and then all of a sudden you notice 5 seconds later, there's a possibility that fish still has that thing because of that scent. Not only that, but scents help mask scent smells from your hands. So if you're playing with chemicals, you're playing with anything that would turn the fish off, cigarette smoke, anything like that, those things can turn a fish off. If they're not reaction biting it, they could be coming in and smelling it before they actually take the bait. So it'll also help the fish key in on your bait, and it'll also help them decide if they want to grab it or not when they come in and they smell it. 4th on my list is pretty important too, is knowing your gear. What I mean by that is, if you're going to fish a certain situation, you're going to fish frog ponds or whatnot, you're going to want to throw in a heavy rod with, some heavy braid so you can, keep those fish onto that thickness, and you can cut through all the muck and all the lily pads or whatnot, everything like that. And you want to have as less, memory and stretch in that line as you can, so you can get a good hook set. So, stuff like that, knowing if you're going to a clear water, spot, you would know if you want to be throwing like a drop shot, crankbaits, jerk baits, stuff like that, swim baits. If you're going to a river system, you're going to want to know if, you might be wanting to use a shorter pole so you can get to really tough areas, you can go into areas that people don't normally fish. So you should really know the gear to the areas you're going to be fishing. And last on my list is very important, weather. Knowing your weather is very, very important. I don't mean just like, am I going out and fishing in the rain? Am I going out and fishing in the sun? I'm talking about knowing your pressure systems. Knowing your pressure systems is huge. So if you guys can learn that, if you haven't already, it will really help your fishing game. Fishing right before a high pressure system, if you have a nice even pressure and all of a sudden it starts jumping up for, a high pressure system coming in, fishing a day or two before that high pressure system is awesome. And also fishing when the pressure starts to drop back down is also good too. Fishing low pressure storms, those are awesome, for getting really big fish to bite. During the winter, fishing before a cold front, that's also key too. There are a lot of things you should know about weather, so if you guys learn about that, it would really, really help you guys out. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. If you like it, throw me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, you got some questions or anything like that, leave a comment below. And if you haven't checked out my other videos, check them out. Alright guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you later.